Hi guys, it's Lisa back with another video. I had a girlfriend of mine ask me if I would work on her wedding flowers for her, so I said yes, love to do that. The theme that she picked out was like pine cones, burlap, woodsy, it's all dried materials, absolutely beautiful. So let's get right on it. All right, first thing I did was take everything apart, all the bushes apart, cut them into single flowers, single strands, so that I would be able to pick them up quickly and easily. Also, some of the pine cone flowers did not have stems, so I hot glued some heavy wire in the bottom of them. So we have cotton, we have everything. Actually, this is the bride's bouquet. I didn't realize I was off camera when I made it. So I just picked up right here, and I'm going to finish this one off and lay it to the side and work on the bridesmaid bouquet. But it turned out absolutely gorgeous. All the things she picked out were really nice. Okay, so starting on the bridesmaid's bouquet, I picked out 2 of the whole bushes that I hadn't taken apart. The first thing I did was kind of bend them downwards, as you can see, to kind of make my base. So we had like some straw type material, some wires of very small flowers, and the cotton. So I kind of just hold them in my hand and just keep putting pieces in and around where I want them, and just hold them together with my hand, because ultimately it's going to be a hand-tied bouquet. So once I kind of have, that's the base and the shape and the width of it, then I was adding some greenery. And I like to add the flowers last, because you want a whole base and then decide where you want to place the flowers. So there goes the flowers. Those are called Sola flowers, S-O-L-A. There are light colored ones and dark colored ones. They're absolutely beautiful. They're made from wood. They look just like roses or peonies. And you can order them right online at saveoncrafts.com or get them at Joann's. So I just basically keep looking at it and keep looking at it, backing off, deciding where there's a hole, where there's a gap, and the whole time I'm holding it together with my hands. So when I finally have it together, I take a piece of wire, like you see me putting in the last couple of flowers there. And then when I'm happy with it, I will take a wire and tie it where my hands are holding it. But for now, I just kind of use my hand as the holder, just fluffing, tucking, moving things. All right, so there you have both the bridal and the bridesmaids. And you definitely want the bridesmaid's bouquet to be smaller and different from the bride. So once I was done, I took a heavy gauge wire and tightened it just as tight as I could, because that takes the place of your hand holding it. Snip off the edges to where everything is even. And then apply a little bit of hot glue. And we start there by sticking the burlap to it and then twisting it round and round and round. You're hiding the mechanics and you're making a good base for the bride to hold on to. Once you're done, cut it off and glue your edges. And then I took some pearl head pins and stuck them down in the burlap. You just got to be careful with the silk flowers, because they will not go through the stems. You just have to put them down in the burlap and make sure that they don't come out the other side and poke the bride. And you end up with a nice hand-tied, pearl-handled bouquet. Really turned out nice. All right, now these are the boys' boutonnieres, the groom and groomsmen. We had 4 of them, so I basically took a piece of cotton, a sola flower, some greenery. You just want to give it a base to put it on, and hopefully I lower my hands. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, and that is floral wire. When you stretch it, that's what activates it. So then it'll stick to itself. So you want to tie all 3 pieces of those together. I have my greenery, my straw, and my flower, my cotton. I rolled everything together tightly. Trim off the ends. And then you do the same thing that you did to the bouquet. You start off with some glue and stick your burlap and wrap around the stem. And basically what you're doing with the ribbon is just hiding the mechanics of it. It gives it a nice finished appearance. Snip it off, and then you want to glue the ribbon at the top. And always you're trying to hide those mechanics. Then you just add your 2 pearl pins, and that's what the groom puts it on with. Okay, moving on to corsages, I think, next. All right, so the corsages you can pick up from Joann's, Michael's, anywhere like that. They come on a stretchy base, and they have a little section that you can glue to, and right now I'm just securing it. They give you a piece of ribbon, so you secure it on there tightly to the bracelet. And then when they're done with it, they can just snip the bracelet or snip the flowers off and keep the bracelet if they want to. So for corsages, I needed a smaller piece of ribbon, which I didn't have, so I took my medium ribbon and cut it in half. Then I was picking off some leaves, some pieces of cotton, some small flowers, and the first thing I did was put the leaves on to cover the base so that you couldn't see that. Once I had that done, then I went ahead and tied my ribbon. That's a whole nother video if you want to learn how to tie a ribbon. That just gives you a nice small base. And what we're going to do is use hot glue to glue in all of the attachments. So we're going to glue in the small flowers, pieces of cotton, some feathery type stuff, and make them just look just exactly like the bouquet. So with wedding flowers, usually you want to tie everything in together. So, all right, so now I'm gluing the ribbon that I tied to the greenery on the bracelet, and you got to be careful, first of all, not to burn yourself. And then if you drop any glue on that bracelet, it's going to break the bracelet. Learn that from experience. Okay, so what you see me doing now is I'm taking the heads off of a couple of really small silk flowers, and I'm gluing them right into the bow. So you can lift up a couple of loops of the bow and glue them right in between. Just make sure everything is secure, and again, nothing drips on the corsage wristlet because it breaks the little strand of fiber that they've got in there holding the beads together. And the hot glue even works for fresh flowers. We were doing that for a while when I had a flower shop. And there you have it. It's all set. It matches the bride's bouquets. Turned out to be a really nice corsage. The whole wedding was very, very, very pretty stuff. So now you see me just gluing in a couple of leaves in between the flowers and in between the pieces of ribbon. And that just gives it some color, some more color. I love the natural feel of it and all the different textures and colors. There you have the corsage. Okay, and here's a sampling of all of them together on my dining room table. They look really pretty. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button right below. See you next time.